Roger, go for deploy.
Okay, welcome back to Adventure Fit Radio, guys. Today we have just a shorter show from me and Tommy, where we delved into a bunch of stuff, and hopefully you guys like it. Tommy,
It's a fair way of putting it, mate.
Yeah.
Very, very general way of putting it, but yeah, no, I agree.
I think I offended 12 people in this show.
Yep. 12 individual people.
Yep, which is 80% of our listenership.
Yep, that's right. We spoke about religion. We spoke about different types of religion. We also spoke about... What else did we even speak about?
I don't actually really remember.
I can't even remember.
I never remember.
No,
I never remember the shows. So,
yeah.
So, anyway, guys, this show is brought to you by True Pride. True Pride are a wealth creation service who work with ambitious individuals and families looking to worry less, take control and get ahead. Head to www.truepride.com.au/ADVF. Book a call, see if they can help you. If you go ahead, you get $297 joining fee waived.
Sounds pretty good to me. We are also sponsored to you by Carve, guys.
You always say sponsored to you.
Fuck, why do I always do that?
I don't know.
Oh, it's weird. It's very strange.
It is
We are also
strange.
sponsored by Carve, which is a company that specialises in anything digital, from building apps, designing logos, to all that sort of shite, to basically help you set up your business and make it from a pretty good business, nothing too flash, but it's pretty good, to a really good business. So if you want to go from then head to Carve, guys, www.carve.ph/ADVF. Get 10 hours free on any project when you go to that website.
If you want to go from meh to woohoo in your business.
If you want to go from to what's another way of saying
If you want to go from to
If you want to go to
if you want to go from to
if you want to go from to
if you want to go from to come on,
then head to Carve.
Head to Carve. Also, we are brought to you by Adventure Fit Travel. Head to www.adventurefittravel.com and use the code RADIO for 10% off all trips and all merchandise. Here's the show.
Big wheels keep on turning. Sitting home with the Bilbo, and now I'm singing him too again.
Do, do, do.
Big Bill has a beard,
Yes, I do.
and it looks so very black.
No, I don't.
I don't think that it's a good bit.
Yes, it is.
And now I'm gonna sing Brokeback.
What does that even mean?
I don't really know, but it rhymes.
Yeah, it kinda did.
And now I want to learn.
It's not a word.
Yes, it is, because my name's Tom. And alright, what is that? Sweet home Tom Ahern. Well, the skies are so blue. Sweet home Tom Ahern. It stinks because Bill just did a poo. Legit.
Oh shit!
You can say that again.
I can't believe we have 30% growth per month on
I know,
this show.
based on that shit.
I know we are fucking rubbish
We
people.
suck.
Shit
In
is-
life and on the
we are
microphones.
massive. I just face palmed myself twice,
In the kibbutz.
3 times for luck, and
Fourth one.
I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed of us.
Well, I mean, let's not get too negative. Shit.
Oh,
But yeah, so,
I hate our gutters.
Yeah, our guts is. But we're coming to you guys live from live. Fucking hell. We're coming to you guys pre-recorded from Caulfield, which is a suburb in Melbourne. It is an eerie, balmy 17 degrees Celsius today, and it will be a top of 28 with some northeasterly winds, roughly on the 35 to 40 kilometre range coming in through the afternoon. If you have a look at the forecast for the next 7 days, we probably will be seeing a mild humidity spike.
Mild humidity spike. What's the demographic of Caulfield like?
Of Carve?
Of Caulfield.
It's a wealth creation service. So the demographic is...
Lots of Hamilka? Or is it just me? Is it just me?
So the demographic, guys,
Lots of,
is a
Jewish?
army. Yes, there are a vast majority of people in the Caulfield area that are Jewish, and it's really quite fascinating because
Like I'm.
yeah. Well, what I find fascinating is you don't think of a suburb in Melbourne that's very Christian or very Hindu. But yeah, there's a lot of Jews around here, which is fascinating because I didn't know a lot about Judaism, but I'm learning a lot, and it's a really, really cool religion.
What have you learned? How's a religion
It's much cool.
be cool?
It's much
cool.
Oh God,
That's a fucking
English
terrible
sucks.
start.
No, but the culture around
Would you
it is
prefer we
cool.
speak in French?
Oui, je pense que le culture de Caulfield, c'est très bien parce que beaucoup de the people est très Jewish.
That's enough.
Et,
But what do you mean? And why is it cool? Why is Judaism cool?
From what I'm learning so far is that it's very much, it's not just a straight religion. So I'm not religious. You're not religious.
Nah.
And but what I find fascinating is there's much more of like a cultural aspect to Judaism, and I find that really cool. There's much more a sense of, and this could be a relatively ignorant thing to say because I don't know a whole lot about other religions, but like, based on my understanding of Judaism and knowing 0.003% of the religion, is that everyone gets around each other really well. The community is really good, and they had so in October.
Isn't that what all religion is though?
People getting around each other. Well, I thought most religions were people getting around the big man upstairs.
Yeah, but people getting around. I think the whole positive aspect of religion is like just people being around each other.
Yeah,
like, we're all Christian. We're all fucking so Christian. Let's fucking jack each other off because we're Christian. let's suck God's dick and all that stuff. Oh, that was way too far.
That's pretty horrendous.
That was way too far. Sorry, listeners. Sorry, fuck. I shouldn't have said that. That's too far, isn't it?
That's pretty far.
Yeah,
that's quite far.
Oh well.
Yeah,
he doesn't.
Well, like, look,
anyway,
if God.
But in all seriousness though, isn't religion just about like community? Isn't that why it's so popular?
Yeah, I guess. Well, the fundamental idea for any religion, which I think is fantastic, is love people as you love yourself. So
every religion's like that, fundamental?
Yeah,
every religion?
I would say so. Like, get around everyone.
Yeah, you're probably right. You are
like,
right.
Love, so in Christianity, it's love thy neighbor. In Hinduism, it's lama. In Buddhism, it's... That's it.
Gotcha.
And then in Judaism, I haven't learned what it is yet, but I would like to know.
What about Satanism?
In Satanism, it's lama tadakunem.
Oh, that's so religious. Yeah. It sounds so Islamic.
Yeah, it's true. This could be a very controversial episode here.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, but no, in all seriousness, what I'm learning so far with Judaism, so they have this, so there's like hardly any public holidays, and then all of a sudden in October, they have this massive just festival where like every second day is a celebration, and one of my favourite members at the gym that I work at is Jewish. A lot of them are Jewish actually there, but he was talking to me about how it's just a massive like drinking session on some of the days. You get to eat tons of awesome food, and I'm learning about some of the food names. I'm not sure. I couldn't tell you. I don't know any of the names. But
Jew week.
Yeah, Jew week. Yeah, something like that. But it's awesome. Like, it almost made me want to get the snip and become a Jew. It's cool. It's really cool.
What about the snip though? That's a terrible idea.
Well, apparently it's more hygienic. That's what I've heard.
Can't babies die from getting infections?
Really?
Well, you think of like
from the snip,
but it would make sense.
From getting snipped.
You know how people how if you go under the knife to get like a shoulder reconstruction, you can die from being in the hospital and getting infections.
Yeah.
Like if you go cutting your body unnecessarily, like It's probably it might be slightly more hygienic, but there's probably slightly more deaths than there are not deaths from cutting babies' dicks off.
Yeah. I wouldn't say it's like that.
That's how it works, right? That's the snip, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Isn't that how it works?
That's pretty much it. Yeah. Do it to a T.
So all Jewish children are artificially inseminated. That's what we've.
That's essentially what it is.
So hopefully we've offended all of our Jewish listeners so far.
I really hope we haven't.
Let's move on to another. Let's move on to
Judaism.
another religion so we can
offend them.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what about?
But in all seriousness, it's pretty
did you
weird.
Say
though.
in all serious snip.
I said in all seriousness.
In all serious snip.
But it's pretty weird though, right?
It's weird. Well,
think about
someone that's not Jewish.
I was talking to Julie the other day about she's got like sparkly toenail polish
Snips?
on at the moment, and it's cool. It looks really good. And we were talking about it, and I was like, "Fuck, isn't that weird?" Like
Having sparkly.
Well, we're talking about like the fact that her legs are shaved, and we're talking about like what we do,
weird.
you know,
That
all
is
the weird stuff that we do as like people, and then like, you know, the fact that a baby comes out of the womb and like one of the first things you do is like, oh, let's cut that, you know,
The
unnecessary foreskin on his dick off.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
Yeah, you're
Don't
correct.
think it's weird?
Yeah, it is a bit weird. But
It's unhygienic. It's unhygienic. It's unhygienic to have ear wax in the crevices of ears. You don't cut your fucking ears off.
Yeah, but that's well, that's a very good point actually. I'd be interested to know.
You don't Van Gogh yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
Van Gogh.
I'd be we want to apologise on behalf of Adventure Radio for Bill's offensive
this whole
outcries.
show.
Yeah, but
You reckon that's offensive though?
no, maybe not that sort of stuff. Maybe
I'm not trying to be offensive there.
Maybe the initial stuff was a bit more
the
offensive.
initial stuff was a bit offensive, but
it's all good.
But it's a bit weird.
Yeah, it's weird, but I'd like to know more about it. I want to know. I want to understand more about, because maybe there's stuff that I don't know that people are like, oh, but it's actually, it's actually this, and I'm like, oh shit, that's actually really interesting. But the stuff you were saying before about shaving your legs and putting colour on your toenails and shit, that's interesting. Like, why is it attractive all of a sudden for dudes to have like shaved hair around the back and the sides and to have like tattoos, of which I am clearly a sheep for? Where did that all come about? You know, back in
what about
back
chicks?
in China?
Go on, sorry.
Yeah, well, back in China, it used to be really fashionable for chicks to wear these really small shoes.
Yeah, crush their feet
every day, break their feet every day to fit into it, because apparently, like, the waddle that they would walk when they had broken feet was super sexy.
What?
That's fucked.
Is that why?
That's literally what it was. Yep.
Jeez, that's all kinds of fucked up.
Can you imagine if one day all of a sudden some dude was like, you know what I really find smoking hot in a chick? Just hairy legs. I'm right into it. And then all of a sudden, every girl had hairy legs. I reckon the social norm would shift, and all of a sudden I'd be attracted to the schmutz.
Yeah, it's funny how it works. I don't think the hairy legs thing's a trend, though. I think that's just. I don't know if it's a trend. I don't know if it'll ever trend the other way. You know how like bell bottoms were in and then they're not.
Yeah,
and then there might be
what's
like
a bell bottom?
Bell bottom.
You mean those big dresses?
Or like flares, for example, like flared pants. You know, like flared jeans.
Pants, yeah. Flats.
Yeah. Like they're that's like unfashionable. Then it's fashionable. Then it might be. It's fashionable, unfashionable. Then it might be fashionable again. I don't know that the hairiness of a woman was ever fashionable, will ever be fashionable again.
Well, sometimes I don't think they had shavers back in the old times.
Yeah, but was it fashionable?
Well, I mean, like, you take what you can get.
I think it's weird that, like, have you ever? Do you know guys find red lipstick and red dresses? Like, if you put 10 women in a room, like how you have not 10 women, a picture of the same woman, and you line them up, then. By and large, there's like, if it's like an off green dress, it's this. I actually don't know if this is the actual color, but if it's
scientific,
if it's a pale green dress, then the same woman will get like a 6 out of 10, and then if she's wearing a bright red dress, then she'll get a 10 out of 10.
Well, the thing is that sounds to me like it's peacocking in a bit, standing out from the crowd.
But you can wear like a bright yellow dress or a bright pink dress, and it won't have the same effect. You know, red lipstick?
Yeah.
Red lipstick's red lipstick for a reason.
Why is it that?
Because dudes get turned on by the colour red.
Really?
Well, bulls do.
Yeah.
We're just the same as bulls. How's it I said that? Like there was a direct correlation. Direct correlation.
It's ridiculous.
Direct correlation. Can't you see?
Yeah.
Can't you see, man? It's so plain to see and clear.
Shit. That was very good. Yeah. So passionate. Balls do, you fuckhead.
But
God damn it.
yeah,
That is gold.
but in all seriousness, it does something to the physiology of a bull that makes them fucking get angry and run at a.
Well, is that how you flirt with a girl?
Start
running at
a red dress and just charge for it. Get my horn out and charge. Not the horn I was talking about, bro.
Yeah, that's right. What horn were you talking about?
Shit. I've offended. Oh, that's sexual assault, brother.
Yeah, I think you've offended 40% of people.
I've offended 7 races and 3 women.
Yeah, that's right.
But
shit.
But in all seriousness,
Yeah, that's interesting.
It is.
Well, aren't bulls colourblind though?
I'm not sure.
I actually have no idea. I just
don't really
said
give a
that.
fuck about the bull thing.
Maybe it's like it's just like that red just appears a little bit more emphatic.
Yeah, well, guys have guys can get addicted to red lipstick. You know,
really,
like
addicted
fetishes.
To it.
You can have fetishes for things. Maybe it's because it's like a social norm. It just became a trend, and then people have it in their subconscious.
He did it, so I'll fucking.
Yeah, like guys have never seen yellow lipstick, and it's not in the forefront of their mind, so they might have like a yellow fetish, but. It is. They've done studies on the colour red on women, and it makes them appear in males' eyes more attractive. Apparently, so
that would make sense.
Pretty weird, but
I do like the whole idea of the peacock thing, though. You know the idea of the peacocks, like they flare their feathers, and the one with the best feathers gets like.
You've read the game, haven't you?
I've read the game. Yeah, it's a stupid book.
Fucking shittest book I've ever read.
We were talking about that. Yeah, ridiculous book. If you like a girl, just go up to a girl and say, "Hey, I like you. Let's do it." You know, you don't have to like play games and stuff.
If you're listening and you don't know what the game is, it's a book about the art of the secret art of pickup, being a pickup artist. Like dudes going out there in like secret societies and like sharing knowledge on how to pick up chicks. And I got recommended it by my ex-girlfriend Cap. No.
Really?
My ex-girlfriend Cap. No, her best mate Paige. Just said it was an awesome book, and I was like, oh, it'll be interesting as fuck. I'm going to try and read this.
Bill, you should read this.
Yeah. And I read it, and I started reading. I got halfway through, and it's like I said to you the other day, it's one of the 3 books I think in the history of my reading.
Yeah, we stopped.
That I've started and just couldn't get through it.
But at the same time, I'd like to talk to the dude, Neil Strauss. I think it'd be fascinating.
Neil Strauss would be good to talk to. He's a really, really good author, but that particular book just fucking sucked a fat one. I really, really didn't enjoy it at all.
Yeah, it was a bit strange. Definitely a bit strange.
I just didn't like the get up of the dudes.
I don't like the idea of just, I don't know.
Like
just
negging?
Negging is stupid, man. Really stupid, like offending someone to show that like you're not keen so that you'll make them keen. Yeah. Is that what it is? That's what it is, isn't
well,
it?
it's ending on a negative.
So
it's like you'll say...
So try to pick me up right now.
No.
I'm a girl.
So... that dress looks really good on you.
Oh, thanks. Thank you.
The only thing is your ankles look kind of fat.
Oh. For some reason, I'm just way more attracted to you. That works.
No, but
hey, nice dress, fat ankles.
But the idea is you give them it's not a compliment sandwich because there's no compliment at the end. It's like a compliment. Get them not interested, but like get them engaged
and then pull away.
Get them engaged and then give them like a slight something to think about. A typical one,
right.
If you remember from the book, a typical one is
that's right.
That dress, oh wow, that dress looks amazing on you. Girls probably hear that shit all the time from fucking losers.
Yeah.
I've never said that to a chick.
Hey, that dress looks kind of nice. I forgot my asthma, big puffer.
Yeah, kicked rocks, nerd.
Yeah.
But so that dress looks really good on you. I think there's another girl wearing it tonight. So it's like the softest negative thing. It's not even negative towards her, but it makes her go like, oh fuck, someone else is wearing my dress.
Yeah,
Like it just gives that like slight, slight and. Do you know the science behind it?
Well, nah. The only thing that I would...
Should we discuss it for the next 10 minutes then?
Yeah,
after the last couple of podcasts?
The only thing that I would maybe allude to is the fact that people... I think anyone's kind of like attracted or intrigued with someone whose feelings are, a mystery. Like, mysterious people. Like if you don't know if like a chick is interested in you or you're not, then you'll kind of want to find out. And vice versa with the other gender. So maybe if you play that sort of stuff where you say, oh, nice, whatever, you could have done this a little better, they'll be unsure as to where you stand. And that's kind of intriguing.
Alrighty, guys, just a quick break. in our show here. Fuck, I hate doing
Keep going, mate. You're doing well.
So we just want to quickly talk about True Pride.
We do.
So True Pride, Tommy, you've been working with True Pride for
Probably about 2 months, 2.5 months now.
And how much do you reckon you're saving per minute per minute?
Per minute, 34 cents. Jeez, that's a lot actually. Nah, it'd be
good.
like 3 cents. 3 cents.
3 cents.
Yeah,
Sounds like fuck all.
I know, but when you do the times tables,
Well,
so 3. Hang on.
Go on.
All right, so
3 times 10 is 30.
3 times 10
times
is
6 is
60.
180. So you're saving $180 $1.80 an hour.
$1.80 an hour. $1.80. Yeah, $1.80
So
an hour.
18
times 24.
10,
So I'm saving $43 a day.
$43 a day.
Yep, by saving 3 cents a second. 3 cents a minute.
Times 7, how much is
So
that?
43 times 7, I'm saving $300 a week. That's actually probably pretty correct. That's actually pretty true. So the thing I like about it is that aside from doing all the things with setting up your budget, using the software that Craig and the guys give you, it also helps with just highlighting little points that you may or may not realise that you actually spent a little bit more on. For me, it was the every now and then buying like a bit of food here and there. I knew it would tally up to a little bit of sort of $5, $10 here and there, but I didn't know how much it was. And when I started to cut that out and saw the success with it,
Cut out food.
I don't eat food anymore. Then I'm just on an IV drip every day. And then I moved into other parts of my life, and it really helps. It's a very good highlighting tool. So if you want to do the same as me and become a millionaire, head to www.truepride.com.au/ADVF to get the initial fee waived. And that initial fee is how much I save per week, $300. So you'll be able to save that in a week, get your money back, break even, and then head to the nines. Carve. Bill, do you want to talk about Carve?
We are also brought to you by Carve,
We are
guys.
also sponsored to you by...
Carve are a company that specialise in anything from digital apps to designing a logo. I don't know what that was. Automating your business down to setting up your next event. Carve are the partner to be when you want to have more time to focus on the things you love and scale your business. Get 10 hours free on any project by heading to www.carve.ph/ADVF. Guys, I have 3 assistants at Carve, 1 for the podcast for me and Tommy, and 2 for Adventure Fit Travel. I get 120 hours a week help, and it costs very, very little. So it's great. Make sure you upscale your business, get more time back in your life by heading to Carve. Here's the show. Yeah, that's right. You can't go in head full of steam to try and pick up chick because it's like it's too easy for them.
Yeah, if it's too easy for them, then there's no chase.
Yeah.
Everyone likes that feeling. I'm pretty sure that this is the science behind it, where when you achieve something that you've been working really hard at, that achievement feeling has like a hormonal response, like a natural endorphin kick.
Well, eating a
eating a pizza in 2 minutes,
eating a custard tart or something.
Eating a custard tart. Yeah, exactly like that. But let's say you had no money and you're poor, like I'm living off apples.
Yeah.
And then you find 5 cents off the ground, you find 10 cents, and you trade a toothpick in for a toothbrush, and then you can sell that toothbrush for 30 cents. And next thing you know, you've got $4.50, and you go down to old man Sam's bakery on the corner of 123 Fake Street, and it's like, "G'day, mate, I'll just have your lemon custard tart." And he goes, "No worries, well, this will be $4.50." You're like, "Holy shit, I've got $4.50." And so you swap the money over, and you take the custard tart out of the packet, and you start eating the custard tart, and then
Start licking it.
You start licking it, and then you start caressing it a bit, and next thing you know, your pants are off, and you're doing whatever you want with the custard tart. No, it can be orally or whatever you want, and then you get through the custard tart, and there's that really amazing sense of
Stickiness on your dick.
yeah, to a certain degree. Yeah, I was probably more alluding to a PG version of that, but you finish the custard tart and you feel up and about, and you've eaten it, and you get that sense of achievement. So essentially, the science behind picking up a girl or picking up a guy with a neg is that you make them feel like a custard tart, and I believe that's what the game is about. Custard tarts.
I hated that book anyway.
Yeah.
I fucking hated it. I tell you what,
Talk to me, Bill.
The next book that I might actually put down is Graham Hancock's Supernatural.
Really? Too tough?
I'm not into it.
You know,
I'm not into it.
not into it at all?
Nah.
Too tough?
It's too tough. What are you trying to say, mate?
That you're dumb.
Yeah. No, it goes along like it starts off talking about like mankind's first art, cave paintings in Europe like 40,000 years ago, or whatever. Then it goes on to some of Graham's like personal stories with like ayahuasca and so on and so forth. And then it goes on to shamanic rituals and shamanic use of ayahuasca and other plant medicines or whatever. But then it goes on to talk about all the visions that people see and how they correlate to the drawings. So there's like the what's it called? There's like a man that always has spikes, or like a person that's always got spikes going through them. So it's like, and that's a feeling that you get when you have ayahuasca on certain trips, is like you get spikes going through your body. Apparently, so you're like, oh yeah, okay, fair enough, this is cool. And then it gets to, and then all of a sudden it goes to UFOs. Goes to UFO UFO abduction
Straight
stories.
out of nowhere.
Yeah, and fairy stories from old European civilizations.
Yep.
And not civilizations, old like Europe, like hundreds and thousands, and like hundreds of years ago to like a couple thousand years ago.
Yeah.
They had a fairy tradition.
Yep.
And then it tries to correlate the UFO phenomenon with the fairy phenomenon with the phenomenon of going to different places on ayahuasca trips with whatever you see there, like the spirits in ayahuasca trips. And it's trying to link the DMT release that people can have in their brains with UFOs and fairy abductions and stuff. But it's like the whole middle part of the book.
It's tough.
It's fucking killing me.
It seems, well, for someone that hasn't read the book or doesn't know the backstory, it seems far-fetched. Like, can you shed some light on that?
Oh, well, that's about as much
light as I can shed.
Light as I can shed. It's just there's lots of different, like, there's different dreams that people have or visions that people have that really correlate, you know? So like fairy, the whole idea is that I think what he's trying to say is that we're having the same experience. It's just whatever idea you have preconceived in your mind about what it is that you're going to see in these experiences. So whether it's like fairies, because like in Northern Europe, so like Ireland and Scotland, they used to have a fairy tradition. So instead of getting picked up by aliens, you get picked up by fairies.
Fairies?
Yeah, ayahuasca.
Like, as in like little part of God at the end of the... Oh, no, that's leprechauns.
Peter Pan stuff.
Peter Pan fairies.
Yeah. And so... leprechauns.
That's retarded.
But there's fairies, and then there's UFOs, which only happened in like the 1960s was when the UFO phenomenon started. But that's when we started thinking about like space travel, you know? So it makes perfect sense that there's something in your subconscious, you're having these experiences, but then like anyone with ayahuasca and basically shamans throughout time have always had spirits. They just call them spirits that would take them to a cave, and they would meet with hybrids. So like they would have romantic encounters with his spirit, and they would make hybrid children. And but there's like these same stories in UFO sensations, getting probed, sexual relations with to make hybrid children
with fairies,
with the fairies. No, seriously, it's all there's stories that corroborate across all different time domains and across all these three different areas.
So he's kind of like trying to analyse hallucinations across the ages.
Yeah, and I think what he's trying to say
is... That's tough. That is tough.
What he's trying to say is that basically there's like 5% of people can have DMT release experiences, just without them knowing. Oh, yeah. You know, just they could go to sleep and then they're in a massive DMT trip, and they think that they got abducted by aliens, or it can happen to them in the middle of the day. They can drop into a DMT trip, which is cool, but it's basically there hasn't been much structure to the it's just been waffling on about fucking aliens and DMT and it's really, I'm getting to the point now where we're talking more about the physiology of why DMT is in the body, which is good.
Yep. See, that stuff's interesting. Why do we have DMT in our body? And so why does like animals and plants have it as well?
Yeah, everything has it, which that's the most
strange. Yeah. Really strange.
The craziest thing for DMT to me, if you're listening and you know what DMT is, dimethyltryptamine, I think is how you say it, which is a drug that is released when you're born and when you die from from the human body, and then it also
Times of great stress as well, isn't it? Like super stressed.
I'm not quite sure, but it's also released when you put two plants together in the Amazon, which creates the ayahuasca brew. You can also inject it via pure DMT. But so the funniest thing is like when you talk about ayahuasca, because you know that there's probably like 10 million different species of plants in the Amazon, and the shamans thousands of years ago found the two plants to fucking put together to release DMT, to be able to, for the body to be able to release DMT, because DMT, one plant has the DMT extract, and then the other plant blocks the DMT inhibitors in the body.
Yeah, that's right.
You know?
Because like if you just ate it without the other plant, nothing would happen.
Because the body has, unless the body's releasing it on its own will, then the body will just shut that shit down.
Yeah, exactly.
So it opens up you to be able to take on the DMT.
Yeah.
The funniest thing is, so if you think of like a million different plants, and you have to put you're trying to trial and error, trying to put two of them together,
insane.
trying to put two of them together to find this experience, then you're going to have to go through about a fucking quadrillion different.
But I actually even read
combinations
that they actually found the plant that blocked the DMT inhibitors from a trip of DMT.
Well, how's that? That's chicken and the egg then. Yeah,
that's right.
Well, they apparently when asked, the shamans will say that it's a famous that a shaman once said, I don't know how many times it's been said, but the plants. How did you know how to combine these two plants? And they said that the forest told us, or the plants told us, which is fucking crazy when you really think about it. But I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting. Are you still keen to do it? Ayahuasca?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. Next year I'm going to do it at some point.
You're 100% going to do it? Yeah. It's interesting, isn't it? The true ayahuasca in a shaman.
Yeah, I don't want to do it in Australia with some fucking backyard shaman.
Yeah.
Remember Mac was talking about, Mac's talking to a dude in Queensland or something, some shaman to do ayahuasca.
Steve Shaman.
Yeah. So... yeah, I'm just not into that. I'd rather go into the Amazon and have the full...
get the real...
yeah, the full experience from it. Having said that, like, you want to... if you're going to try and do ayahuasca, like, ideally what you're thinking of in your mind is for me, it's like, okay, you're going to go deep into the Amazon.
Yep.
You're going to sit in the rainforest. There's going to be a native Amazonian wise elder who will take you through the experience, so on and so forth. But that's not even how it is really anymore.
No, it's not. You know? Isn't just like it's become relatively Western.
Yeah,
to the point where
ayahuasca
like,
tourism.
Yeah, there's tourism where like people like can sit around in chairs and stuff, and like what my only thing about that is, imagine if like what if you fucking freaked out and then you were in the middle of the rainforest? Like, don't they always say that set and setting is super important?
Yeah.
Imagine
100%.
if you freaked out and you're like, oh shit, where am I? I'm in a forest. You ran to the forest like naked and I don't know, like you just turned into a tree. Do you get worried about that?
No, but that's why you do have the shaman on board. They don't send you off into the woods by
I don't
yourself.
fucking trust him though. Like, who's this shaman dude?
Well, that's why you have to be very careful, And like I said, I'm speaking from no experience, although I've been doing a lot of looking into it and a lot of research because I want to do it. I've listened to some good podcasts from Aubrey Marcus and read a lot of stuff from Giro Taylor, a friend of mine's written some good stuff on it.
Yep.
Anyway, so yeah, it's you just have to find the right person, but you have that ideal, like, I'm going to go into the forest and or into the jungle and I'm going to
one with myself.
Yeah, and I'm going to have an Amazonian, tribal elder or whatever. But like you look at Carlos Tanner, who we kind of interviewed the other day, and he's an American guy who's a shaman in the Amazon that does ayahuasca trips. The guy in Brisbane's a shaman. He's a Western shaman, but he does ayahuasca trips. There's so much of that going on. Like you want to have like the most authentic experience, but I don't know how much authenticity really is left over there. It'll be interesting for me to find out next year when I go and do it.
And they also say that if you have some form of overwhelming subconscious thought in the back of your mind before you do it, that'll come out in a big way. So like if you're anxious, or even a little bit anxious, but you're not even sure about it, bang, that'll hit you massively. If you're angry, you'll have a really like negative experience. So it's like, I just reckon, I don't know, I'm interested on one end to see, what this can mean, and it can really unlock doors and, eradicate yourself from ego. But at the same time, because of the fact that it's so dependent on your, current mood at the time, is it really just tripping out? I don't know. Like, is there a lot of, like Tim Ferriss always talks about, this research going into curing depression, curing mental illness and sort of stuff. And then there's, on the other side, people who are just saying, oh, it's just a bunch of drug heads tripping out. So I don't know. I'm interested.
Tim Ferriss is Tim Ferriss is big on psilocybin for PTSD, so magic mushrooms.
Yeah.
But which is different, obviously different to.
But it's still got the DMT chemical compound in it, though, from memory.
Yeah, it's super similar.
Oh, right.
It's like two strains biochemically away, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like you replace this molecule with this molecule, and you'll get DMT. So yeah, it's like part of the DMT family. You're right, pretty much the same deal-ish.
Yeah.
And there are people there are like MAPS. We're interviewing Jessica Nielsen from MAPS at some point in the future about ayahuasca for that same stuff.
Yes.
So there is treatment going on out there. That's what I would love to know more about, because I don't understand. Look, what I've heard, like, and I mention Aubrey Marcus again because he's just in this realm, and a lot of the things that he says and ways that he thinks I really admire. So I put a lot of time into his stuff.
Yeah.
But what he says is, it'll take your subconscious thoughts, bring them to the front of your mind, and just make a clear path for you. So he didn't go into the jungle to try and cure himself of anxiety or depression or this and that. What he would do is he's the CEO of On It, which is a really successful supplement company in the US.
Yep.
And he would go in there. You know, he's a super busy man. He's had relationships. You know. Going this way, going that way. And he would go in there to try and straighten out his thought pattern and kind of figure out where he wants to take himself. And then it would bring his subconscious to the front of his mind, and he'd be able to kind of think his way through it, and it would kind of show him what he should do. That's what he was saying. And I can imagine that with anxiety and depression, for some reason, especially anxiety, like
people are lost or in denial,
like bringing something that's stuck there in your subconscious to the front of your mind and then breaking it down. That's what I feel like. Because when I wanted to go over there, when I was thinking about doing it, and it still is to try and, get rid of anxieties and depression, not depression that I've had depression, but anxieties especially, is kind of some of the things that I think of are so petty that I can't stop myself from thinking about them. Then I just feel like if you go over there and you go through an ayahuasca ceremony, and it brings that to the forefront of your mind, then hopefully you can kind of look at these things that you worry about and these things that you put all this emphasis on, and you can look at them and go, they're not fucking that important at all. That's what I think might happen for people, or like here's this thing that I was stressing about for so many years and I can't get over. Like, brings it to the front. Look, this is what happened. This is what this is how it's resolved. This is your future. Like, just you can relieve yourself of that worry. That's what I feel like it might happen, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
Yeah. So interesting. So what have you been up to anyway? You got any dates going on?
Yeah. You love knowing it. Whoa.
You're on Tinder now, are you?
Nah.
Bullshit. You told me this before, you liar.
Nah. Oh, look, I had a swipe.
Had a swipe.
Nah, I don't know.
Successful swiping or?
Yeah, successful swiping. Yeah. I just...
Tendinitis for the old right thumb?
Thumbinitis.
Tendinitis?
Yeah, tendinitis. Yeah. Nah, look, I don't know.
Gingivitis for the old
Hummels. I don't know. Have you given it a go?
Yeah, when I was single, I was swiping hard for a while.
Swiping hard?
Yeah. Swiping hard and strong.
Swiping hard and strong. It's a bizarre concept, though.
Yeah, I swiped enough to get myself four
Cetaceans.
Dates, you would call them.
Yeah.
You would hardly call them dates.
Second dates?
Nah, mate.
Just
straight booty calls.
In, on, done.
In, on, done. I got used once.
Really?
Heavily used.
What do you mean?
So what happened was, I was Tindering along, and just on a Saturday. This was like, I don't know how long I'd been talking to this chick for, and it was a Friday.
Chick.
I said,
this dude named Steve.
I said to her, "What are you doing on the weekend?" She said, "Oh, I'm going to a footy function with my friend.
Yep.
Tomorrow night out in whatever. It was like an hour away, way outside of Melbourne. What are you doing?" I said, "Oh, not much, whatever." Whole bunch of conversation, left it at that, and but we've been talking a little bit, and then she said she messaged me at about 10 o'clock on the Saturday night, which I happened to be just sitting at home, and she said, "Hey, what are you doing?" I said, "No, not much. What are you doing? How's the footy function?" She goes, "It's great. I'm absolutely loving it. Like really." And I said, "What type of function is it?"
She was on.
What type of function is it anyway? She goes, "Oh, it's the male review. So it's when the dudes get dressed up.
Like the footy show.
Yeah, but it was like a catwalk thing with all these dudes." And she's like, "Oh, it's the male review."
So she was on.
She was on.
She was on.
She was up and about.
Yeah, she was
and
up
I was
and
like,
about.
"Oh shit, it's the male review." I'm not doing much. She goes, "Are you out or your place?" I said, "Yeah, I'm just at my place." She goes, "Do you mind if I come around in half an hour?"
Do you
or in like 40
mind if
minutes?
I come around?
Yeah, 100%. And I was like,
that is unreal.
Yeah,
That is
sure thing. And then, so she came round. I let her in. Literally 20 seconds later,
started playing chess.
It was Taught her how to rook a pawn, right up the Hummel,
up at the Kumutz.
Yeah, and so anyway, so we went into my bedroom. Anyway, don't need to go too far into all that side of it.
Yep.
We finished up, and I said, I was laying on my bed, and she said she got up and she asked me if she could have a shower. I was like, yeah, sure. Just grab a towel. It's just a towel there. She goes, no worries. I didn't notice, but she grabs her clothes. She walks in. So I'm still laying naked on bed. She grabs her clothes, goes in, has a shower, comes back fully clothed, opens the doors, goes, well, thanks for that. I'm off.
Really?
Yeah. I'm literally laying on the bed, still stark naked. She goes, thanks for that, comes in, kisses me on the cheek, and then walks out.
Really? Yeah. That's unreal. That is unreal.
I actually felt like, holy fuck. I was kind of offended.
Yeah, you should have been offended.
What?
You, sir, are a bin.
Really? Am I that uncool to hang around
Do I
with?
suck? Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, man.
So what did you say to her after that?
Hard use. Oh, I've never spoken to her since.
Nah.
I genuinely haven't spoken to her since.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So
Tinderific.
Nice chick. Yeah, Tinderific. Anyway, she sounds like a nice chick. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was the one in graphic design?
What?
Was she in graphic design?
What are you talking about?
Wasn't she?
What is this? Am I missing something?
I don't know.
Yeah, so that was my getting used on Tinder story. But,
yeah. Have you ever been used in general?
Have I ever? I don't really
Just
know.
been used
Probably
for
not.
something. Like been used for something where like someone's like, oh, I need this. And they're like, yeah,
Hang on, you're on Tinder. Don't try and sway this away.
No, mate, I'm a private man.
Well, not on the podcast, you're not. No,
that's
you can
true.
be if you
I'm
want.
not
That's
very
fine.
No, I'm not. No, look, yeah.
Have you caught up with anyone?
Yeah, I've been calling.
I know you have, so I'm a terrible bloke for asking that question.
Killing me. Throwing me under the Kumutz. No, look, I'm saying I'm sort of part-taking this chick at the moment. But that's where we'll leave it.
Part-taking this chick at the moment.
Yes.
Does she listen to the show? Or?
Yeah, she listens. Yeah, she doesn't listen to the show. Well, I don't know.
Shout out to Sarah from Tinder.
Yes. Yeah, so
Shout
I
out
hope
to
listening.
26. Love my dog Poochie and went to
Mom was on the beach getting caught in the rain.
Collegiate college. All right, so you don't want to go there. Fair enough.
Just right under the bus.
Well, that's a end of the topic that we were talking about.
End of the story there, and we probably should just end the show.
All right, fine. Fuck you then.
Fuck you.
But
we love you guys.
Yeah,
We love you guys.
We do love you guys. Alrighty.
We appreciate the fact that you're continually listening to us despite our exponential growth of shit talking that we are producing. And if you want to get around us more, you can...
We have to do this at the end.
Yes, we will.
We say goodbye, then we do it, because we're not sure when the show's going to be released.
That is true. Alrighty, in the words of the great Dale Carnegie, speak to you soon. Bye. All right, guys. Well, we hope you enjoyed that Shoot the Shit, and we hope that we didn't offend too many people. And by we, I mean Bill. Nah, look, it was all fun and games, and I think that sort of stuff is quite interesting as well. I don't even remember what we were talking about.
I remember just talking about circumcisions. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I remember talking about circumcisions as well. That was good. That was really fun. So if you like when I and myself talk about when Bill and I talk about circumcisions and you want to hear more, then don't be afraid to jump onto iTunes and give us a rating and review. Now, if you don't like us talking about that sort of stuff, then head to iTunes, give us a rating and review, but just mention that you're not the biggest fan of that, and then we'll try to fix it. So we are brought to you by True Pride, guys. Get your money back. Get $300, $297 to be exact, waived when you book via their website, which is www.truepride.com.au/ADVF. Go to Carb as well when you're going to hopefully you got all that, guys. So head to Carb, www.carv.ph/ADVF. Get 10 free hours on any project. Super, super, super important. Get your life back. Go for a sunbake. What else can they do, Bill? Buy a dog.
Buy a dog, pat a dog,
Eat a dog.
walk a dog, feed a dog. I suppose you could skin, take the fur off a dog.
Yeah, you can skin a dog.
Coat out. I was gonna say skin, but
That's
you don't want
pretty
to skin a dog.
You can eat a dog.
yeah. Don't use your spare time to skin dogs or eat dogs.
Nah,
But,
it's a bit weird. I mean,
yeah.
it's frowned upon, but it's it's not illegal if you're really into that sort of thing. You know.
Is it illegal to skin a dog in
yeah,
Australia?
it's probably highly illegal. Yeah, animal cruelty and all that. And finally, guys, Adventure Fit Travel. We are always sponsored by Adventure Fit Travel. We have a ton of cool trips coming up. Head to www.adventurefittravel.com to check it all out. Keep up to date with what myself and Bill are doing.
Use radio to get 10% off.
That's very true. All the shit. And we'll speak to you next week. Goodbye.
Discovery Roger, go for deploy.